Hello everyone, welcome to Octopunk Monthly Update for July. This is a month we've been waiting for a really long time. Of course I gotta fix my hair here. It's sticking up a little. Oh wow, we've got a hype train going. I want to shout out Becky Helene for the 5 gift subs. Super Silly Pants for resubscribing for 26 months. Zoe, thank you for following. Captain Handor for subscribing for 11 months. Pickle Lily for 18 months. Mila Somber for 4 months. Eccentric Giraffe for 37 months. Long Story Short for 5 months. Becky Elaine for 23 months. Dom Larry's for 27 months. Bakasara, 23 months. Pillowcat, 35 months. Timmy Siller, 13 months. Green Dragon, 16 months. Maddie Cosplay for a full year. Thank you, Maddie Cosplay, and Octomom for 33 months. And thank you, Marvel Merlin, for the bits as well. We are almost at the level 5 hype train. I think that means we get a boost if that happens. That's pretty cool. We got a lot of fun stuff. It's a really cool stream today because we are celebrating the last stream before our European events. Those are coming up in less than 3 weeks in both London and Munich. I'll be seeing a lot of you there. We're all very, very excited. And I'll have a little more information on those, although most of that is already out there. We've been talking about this for months and months in preparation. But the new stuff today is we've got a new Begin Again trailer, which is our documentary of the making of Detroit Reawakening. I finished Begin Again this past weekend with the exception of maybe some tweaks, and it came out to about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So it is a feature-length experience. It is very in-depth, talking about, you know, the reclamation and remaking of Detroit Awakening in the form of Detroit Reawakening. It's very joyful, and I think it'll get some tears in the theater, I think, or at home if you watch it on YouTube. In other news, we've got, you know, just some casual information about how you can get a Detroit Reawakening Blu-ray. That is something I get asked all the time, is how can I get myself a Blu-ray? How can I buy a Blu-ray? Yada yada. I do them at very limited windows. In this case, it was just the Detroit Reawakening Indiegogo campaign when we were first trying to raise the money to make the movie. That's when they were available. That was over a year ago. A lot of people have discovered us in the past year and missed that opportunity. And because it's a fan film, I can't sell Blu-rays. I can't make them and then sell them and have them an open available thing. But in this case, I can use them to cover costs or do them for charity. And I'll give you some information on our next plan for doing another opportunity for Detroit Reawakening Blu-rays. I want to answer Piccoli's question, what should I do if I can't find my ticket? You should have an email, confirmation email from Eventbrite. Search your email for Eventbrite. If not, DM me. That is a DM me question, because that's something pretty much only I can fix. Okay, so let's actually talk about Patreon first, because we do have July Patreon updates as well to talk about this month. It is a new month, so we have all new benefits for our Patreon members. And as you can see, we've got a really fun postcard here this month. Every month, $10 and up patrons get a autographed postcard from one of our collaborators. It's a different design every month, and this is the design for this month because we are going to be taking these postcards to Europe. The only difference is our cast and crew are not going to be the ones signing them. I thought it'd be fun if I handed one of these to each person who walks through the door of Octopunk Europe, and they can write something on the back. And then these will be shipped out to patrons at the end of the month. So you'll basically be getting this little pen pal message from another fan who attended the event, and you can connect with somebody from there. I will make sure to not send you your own postcard. That will not be a thing that happens. So yeah, they'll have a little space on the back where folks who attend the event can write. So you get to be the person sending out the postcard this month if you are well, I'll be sending them out, but you'll be signing the postcard this month if you are attending one of the European events. So yeah, you might get one from somebody you know in the fandom, which could be cool. You'll get to see their handwriting, and they'll write a little message to you. Also, keeping with the theme, this month's sticker, die-cut sticker for $10 and up patrons, will be this hybrid European and UK Iggy, blending the two flags together, celebrating Octopunk Europe. These will be going out to $10 patrons as well in the mail at the end of the month. Captain Andor says, I'm still so sad that London conflicts with San Diego Comic-Con. Look, if anybody fought for tickets to San Diego Comic-Con, then I can't compete. That's like trying to get into, like, Mensa. Or the Illuminati. Like, if you could get a ticket to San Diego Comic-Con at this point, that's a for life thing. I went once in 2009. I was fine, but I'll never go again. It was way too overwhelming. And, you know, July is such a big convention month just across the board. It was impossible not to land on something. But I mostly wanted to make sure I didn't land on, like, MCM Comic-Con and the stuff that was actually regional to Europeans. Also on Patreon this month, for $1 patrons, we got some Detroit Reawakening Polaroid scans. These are the high-res scans of our Polaroids. Not the ones that were small and taken actually by Selena that had digital equivalents, but actual scans of the legit, you know, 3" by 3" Polaroids. They came out really well, and I'm really excited to share them. They're more candid than our usual BTS pics are. Some people will be getting them in the mail, and we'll get to that in a bit. But for those of you who don't get them in the mail, at least you'll be able to see them on Patreon. For $5 tier, we've got an editing stream of Blair Toaster 2. So Blair Toaster, I shot that last week, Blair Toaster 2. I'm really excited to edit it, and I'll be editing it live on stream, so you can get a first look at this next week. And this week, I'll be doing a stream where I'll be doing some Unreal capture for live screamers. So I've got a new map built in Unreal 5. I've got all my metahumans imported, and I'll be beginning work on actually capturing gameplay. And so if you want to see kind of how to do cutscenes and stuff in Unreal Engine and how to make your characters do things and animate things and make it look like a game is being played, I'll be doing that sometime this week. I don't even want to know why Janja9 is talking about spaghetti ice cream. I am going to assume that is something in Europe. No thanks. I'm going to definitely be trying some pretzels in Munich and some Sauerbraten probably, as well as some tea in England. Carla was asking where to have good coffee in Europe, and I was like, I'm not sure England is where we should go for good. Maybe when we're in Paris, maybe when we're in Munich, but probably not in England. But I did hear that England has a very good cider culture, which is great for Austin because Austin is gluten-free. I see a lot of arguments about spaghetti ice cream in the chat. I really don't want to know. All right. Speaking of Europe, remember that we have Octopunk London Sunday, July 24th. That's coming up in less than 3 weeks. Only 4 seats are currently available for this. Maybe even less than that now. And when they're gone, they're gone. So you can go to octopunkeurope.card.co or you can go to the Eventbrite link directly and get tickets. If you're still on the fence, please order these in advance. No tickets will be sold at the door for Octopunk London. So definitely get your reservation in early if you want to go, especially if you are planning on traveling. We also have an event in Munich where hopefully there will not be spaghetti ice cream. There's Thursday, July 21st, also from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is at the Film Theater Singlinger Tor in Munich. This does not really have a cap on tickets, but we're looking to have about 100 people there so far, which I'm very excited about. That's a lot of folks. These you can also get on Eventbrite or go to octopunkeurope.card.co to see the full rundown of all the people who are going to be there. And Munich is actually the only one between the two that's going to have our cinematographer Rachel Summers. She will be in Munich, but she will not be in London. So if you want to meet our lovely cinematographer Summers, she will be at this event. If you're not sure what we're doing in either of these events, we do have a full event schedule. This is my pinned tweet if you're curious about going back and looking at this later. We've got registration and bag pickup at 9 a.m. And if you are coming in late in Munich, that's fine. If you're coming in late in London, you have until 1 p.m. to get there. That's when registration closes in London. We can kind of be flexible with it in Munich, though. Oh, Polder says, it's a thing Chris once said. Oh, well, then it's bullshit. Spaghetti ice cream. I should know that that's a thing that he would invent.
No, that's real. It's drinking ketchup.
Drinking ketchup is a thing he once said. Oh, like I care about a thing he once said on a stream. All right, 10 a.m. is Fallout Sanctuary First Look, where I will care what he says about Fallout Sanctuary, a project that he's in, as well as Michael Smallwood. We will be there showing off some first looks at Fallout Sanctuary. And at 11 a.m., we're going to be showing off some Octopunk shorts. Some of these, if you're not a patron, you might not have seen before, because these are Patreon exclusives, such as What a Beautiful Wedding and Fame Fatale. We'll be doing a stream of Detroit, a screening of Detroit Reawakening for posterity, so you can all see it together, as well as the world premiere of Blair Toaster 2. This will be the first time Blair Toaster 2, or Blair Toaster, whatever we're saying to pronounce that about it. We're going to be premiering that in both European events. So if you want to be the first in the world to see the sequel to the Blair Toaster project, 15 years in the making, with the original cast coming back for that, that's in the Octopunk Shorts block. We're doing an autograph hour at noon with Maximilian, Carla, JJ, Chris, and Michael. We will be providing some autograph glossies if you don't have anything to bring, but you are welcome to bring your own things for them to sign, such as fan art or anything else. Some people brought some really interesting things for them to sign in New York, and that'll last for about an hour. Limit 2 items per person, but you can also bring gifts and stuff for them. If you have gifts for them, you can hand that to them at this time. Just make sure that it's not too big or anything that won't fit into a suitcase. We are packing very light to haul our crap around Europe for 7 days. At 1 p.m., we're doing a first look at Live Screamers with me, Chris, Michael, and Tasha, who was the makeup artist for that film. This is our new feature that we just shot in April and that I've been hard at work on since. So if you want a first look at our horror feature, Live Screamers, come out at 1 p.m. We've got 2:30 p.m., the world premiere screening of Begin Again. That is our feature-length making of documentary for Detroit Reawakening. That's got everybody at a Q&A afterwards who was involved in that production. So we'll be doing a Q&A about the film and about Detroit Reawakening in general after that. And then finally, to cap off both days, we've got Detroit Rewakening Live. This will be the only time we'll be doing a Rewakening version of the Google Translate disaster script that we do. And we'll be doing that live with some audience participation. So that'll be loads of fun to end the day at both European events. Oh my God. Do I even want to look at the chat right now? So apparently, yes, I am Italian, Ian. I do have a right to hate spaghetti ice cream. You are insulting my ancestors. I take offense. You know what? As somebody who can literally only make eggplant parmesan, and that's the only thing that I can cook, like... Becky Elaine says, I brought my book of Octopunk Awesomeness for signing at the NYC event, and I remember some folks loving it. I think all folks loved it. Somebody asked us, or asked them to sign their passport, which that was a whole thing. That was very interesting. Shorty My Short Face, if you missed the schedule, it is at the both Eventbrite pages for each European event. It's on the octopunkeurope.card.co page, and it is also on my pinned tweet. So if you missed the schedule for Europe, you can go check out any of those. They are posted. It's also in the Discord. There's lots of places that you can find it. But I recommend getting there at 9 a.m. for both events, if you can, because we have a full day of stuff, all day fun. All right, so big news for today, Detroit Reawakening Blu-Rays. What is up with this? What are we doing with Detroit Reawakening? So, as I said before, Detroit Reawakening Blu-Rays were originally offered during the Indiegogo campaign last May in 2021, when we were raising money to make the movie, and I have not offered them in any capacity since or announced any other way to get them. A lot of times we'll do like charity streams or that sort of thing to get them, but remember that I do have to come out of pocket to be able to manufacture those, and I just simply cannot afford to do that this year. So I thought that I would do it as an Indiegogo campaign. That would allow people to very succinctly get on board with getting a Blu-ray for themselves, as well as some other perks. And also the databasing is really easy for me when I do it through Indiegogo, because it's like, I have this nice little spreadsheet that says all the things that I owe people. It collects your address for me. It collects the shipping cost for me. It's just a lot more streamlined to be able to do it through an official campaign. But there's a little bit more to it than that, and I will elaborate. So we've got an Indiegogo campaign coming up this month. It'll be brief. It'll be at the end of the month. It'll be starting next Monday, I think, July 11th. And from that campaign, even if you originally contributed to the campaign to get a Blu-ray before, and maybe you think that this is redundant and there's nothing extra you want, there is some extra things available that you might want to jump on. And here we go. So if you pledge $5, you can get a Detroit Reawakening digital making of zine. This will be a PDF full of pictures and cast interviews and that sort of thing. It'll be very similar to the Camp Live Screamers making of zine that MJ Slide made for us. If you were a patron, you were able to see that. So this is just something that I think is fun to offer everybody who just donates $5 or between $5 and $25 or just makes a pledge just to support the campaign. If you are one of the original donors of Detroit Reawakening, you may get this. I think I'm probably just going to give it to everybody who was an original donor, so this would be a redundant perk for anybody who donated to the campaign originally. But if you're new here and you don't, maybe have the money to afford a Blu-ray, but you still want to support, this is a good level to support. Becky says, I'm always impressed when you talk about your spreadsheet and record keeping. Oh man, I should take a shot one day of like the spreadsheet that I use to keep track of all of the perks and all of the different columns and stuff. It is quite elaborate because I still have to do that manually, but it does make it easier to keep track of addresses and stuff when I have Indiegogo on my side. For the $25 tier, you can get the cast audio commentary of Detroit Reawakening. This is the audio commentary that will be on the Blu-ray. So if you're already getting the Blu-ray, you will get it on the disc. But again, this is a lower tier, so if you can't afford to get the actual Blu-ray, you can at least get the MP3 of the audio commentary at this tier and watch it alongside Detroit Reawakening. This also includes MP3 soundtracks for Detroit Evolution and Detroit Reawakening, plus the perk below it at the $5 level, so you get the zine too. This was the $25 tier on the original Indiegogo. So again, if you were already at that tier, you'll get all of these things anyway. But for new folks, this is your chance to get the soundtracks and the audio commentary of the film. Much like the original campaign, you can pledge $50 to get a Blu-ray of Detroit Reawakening, plus all of the perks that come below it, so the soundtracks, the audio commentary, and the making of zine PDF. This is going to be the highest tier, so there's nothing above $50 on this campaign, with the exception of some add-ons, which I'll get to in a sec. But there's just the three tiers, so there's $5, $25, and $50. If you do $50, you get a Blu-ray. It's pretty straightforward, and this is also a flexible funding campaign, so even though I will have an ultimate goal of about $7,000, if you pledge, you'll get it. You know, I'm going to add this to the order of the Blu-rays that I'm already making, so I will make sure to fulfill everybody's order. The only difference is I'm looking to fulfill the original campaign's orders in September. So if you donated last year, you should get all your stuff in September. If you donate to this campaign, you'll get your stuff in December. It'll be a little bit staggered because there's some extra stuff that I'm offering for it, but it will still be at the end of this year. Brittany says, will the Detroit Reawakening Blu-rays play on PS5 consoles if we don't have a Blu-ray player? In my experience, yes. Did I have a PS5 when I made Detroit Evolution Blu-rays? That's a good question. I know I tested it on a PS4, and Disc Maker's discs will play on PS4. I think it played on a PS5 because I made them in December 2020, which was around the time the PS5... I did have a PS5. So yes, I do believe that they will play on a PS5. Because when I tested it originally, I could play it on a PS5. And I will also mention all Blu-rays are region-free. So they will play on any Blu-ray player regardless of where you are in the world. Any thoughts or ability to get a Blu-ray of Detroit Evolution? Asked Sandwich Nom Nom. Not gonna happen anytime in, like, ever. I should never say never. I may do another run of them one day, but I have no intention of doing them because they are very expensive. It's expensive to do a run of Blu-rays, so I would have to do like a whole new campaign and everything for that. Potentially, it could be a stretch goal for this one, if there's enough demand. If like we really exceed the goal on this, I might unlock that as a stretch goal, but you know, other than that, not really able to do that just because it's pretty expensive to do a Blu-ray that I can't sell. But like I said, there are some add-ons, and if you want to get some of the other perks that were originally offered in the campaign, that were at the higher tiers, some of them are obviously impossible to replicate. I can't bring you out for a set visit or anything, but we do have some limited quantities of some of the other stuff left over. For, I believe you have to do a minimum order of $50 to do a poster or a screenplay. But anybody can add on a Polaroid because the shipping for the Polaroids is free. So with any order, you could add $50 to your order to get a Polaroid from the set of Detroit Reawakening. There's only 10 of these available. So it'll be in very limited supply. But anybody can do it if they pledge. Now, if you do a $50 and up donation, which means that you're paying for shipping, then you can add $10 to your order to get one of 50 signed posters from the cast, or $200 to an order to get one of 10 signed screenplays from the cast. So there's some opportunities to get Polaroids, posters, and screenplays and add them to your order on the campaign if you order. But they are in limited supply. I can't do it, like, I can't guarantee that everybody can get these if they donate to a certain tier, because I just don't have that much left. But I do have enough left to be able to offer some of them. So the way these work is basically you make a pledge, and then on your checkout screen, it'll ask you, do you want to add on these things to your order? And you just select whatever you want. So you could do all three if you wanted, and as long as supplies are available. Super Silly Pants says the screenplay, don't tip me. I'm pretty sure you're already getting one, Will. If you donated over $250 to the original campaign, you are already getting a screenplay, as well as a Polaroid and a poster and everything. So all three of these things were already offered to folks in the original campaign. But for those, again, who did not have an opportunity to support us on our first Indiegogo, this is the opportunity to do it. Yes, Will, I'm pretty sure you're getting everything, if I remember what your donation was. You were an executive producer. I think you're getting a screen use props and all kinds of things. So, however, if you're kind of like, hey, I already donated a shit ton on the first campaign, I already have these things. Well, this next part might interest you, because the new stuff for this campaign is in the stretch goals. Like I said, the overall goal for this campaign is like $7,000 or something thereabout. And you know, if we do that, great. That will cover all of my expenses. I won't have to come out of a pocket for anything. Lovely. We've solved Michelle's fulfillment issues. But if we reach $10,000, this is where stuff gets good. So all pledges $50 and up will get a Blu-ray copy of Begin Again as well. So that means that if we reach $10,000 and you're a $50 supporter, you're going to get a Blu-ray of Begin Again, which is something new for folks who donated in the past, and probably honestly worth donating $50 just to get a Blu-ray copy of this. In addition, you'll still get the copy of Detroit Reawakening. It might be a bonus copy for you. Tell your friends. Give it as a gift if you have 2 of them, as well as all the other stuff. So yeah, $10,000, all pledges $50 and up get a Blu-ray copy of Begin Again. Begin Again is luckily a thing because it's an original documentary. It's based on a fan film, but it's an original documentary, and there's no copyrighted content in it. I could actually put in the Etsy store if I have leftovers of these after the campaign. So there will be an ability to get them later if you don't have $50 right now. But this will really help me be able to actually manufacture these and guarantee that some people get them. And then our other stretch goal is at $13,000. All pledges $50 and up will get a 2023 wall calendar featuring pictures from the Heels shoot. These are outtakes as well. These are pictures that I have specifically set aside and have not shared yet because I want them to be in this calendar. This is why all of the perks for this campaign will ship in December, because you have to get it by January because there's a calendar in it. This will be an extremely limited edition item because it is a 2023 wall calendar. It is only good, you know, for next year. So these will will not be for sale anywhere. These will only be available for the campaign. And this is something that, again, all $50 and up patrons will get. So if we raise $13,000 for this campaign, then all $50 pledges will get a wall calendar and a Begin Again Blu-ray, which will be new things that they wouldn't originally be able to get otherwise. So yeah, I feel like we've got some fun stuff in the stretch goals, even if we don't have really new stuff in that first 7,000. And also, you know, of course, this is an opportunity for folks who didn't originally get opportunities to get stuff from the campaign to get it. The campaign launches Monday, July 11th. That is next Monday and lasts 3 weeks, just 3 weeks, through Monday, August 1st. There will be an OPMU on Monday, August 1st. So I will remind you that day. It will be the last day of the campaign. And hopefully we'll do some fun stuff. I will also remind you in Europe, I'll be screaming about it in Europe. Go get, you know, your Detroit Reawakening perks. And if there is anything left over, if I have like overage or anything, this will support the manufacturing of Blu-rays and calendars and other things, for a charity stream that I would like to have by the end of the year. So you know, again, I can't really come out of pocket for that, so this will help me be able to provide perks for folks to donate to charity. I really do want to do a charity stream like in November around Thanksgiving, so that's still on the agenda, but I can't actually provide perks for that if I don't have any in the tank. So. Liveroon's asking, how do I pledge again? I mean, like I said, it'll be a new Indiegogo campaign launching next Monday, and anybody who wants to participate can. I'll be sharing. I'm not going to do a launch stream or anything like that, but keep an eye on my social media, the Discord, all of that, and I will be linking to the Indiegogo where you can pledge and basically use it as a store in a sense. It's kind of like pledges are all guaranteed by flexible funding, so it's just an opportunity to be able to hop on something that you weren't able to. Big Lily asks, can I pledge my undying fealty? Does that get me a perk? Oh. Big Lily, I feel like I already have your undying fealty from all of the support that you've given me to date. At least I feel that way. I feel very, very blessed. Captain Andor says, is there a way to add on a second Blu-ray of Begin Again? A second Blu-ray of Begin Again as part of Indiegogo? Because it's a stretch goal, I might not be able to. It depends on if it lets me unlock new add-ons once we reach stretch goals. If that is a thing that it lets me do, I might. But we'll see. That'll have to be something that we see. I would love to reach 13,000 to be able to do the calendars as well. And if we do more than that, then maybe I will start thinking about doing other things. Like, I don't think we'll do more than that because it is because everything is very cheap. You know, if everybody's sort of max donation is about $50, then we're not going to raise like $30,000. But I feel like if for some reason we do, and if for some reason we do more, I might think about unlocking stuff beyond the calendar, like maybe a Detroit Evolution redo Blu-ray run or something like that. We will have to see. Right, so we only have one more thing today, and I'm going to do it fast before the thunderstorm knocks out my power again. Thanks, summer. I do hope the thunderstorm lasts long enough for my neighbors to not have to do their fireworks display this tonight. That'd be wonderful. I have another trailer for Begin Again, as well as a release date, so that's fun. Begin Again, like I said, is the feature-length documentary making of Detroit Reawakening. It is a very fun doc. I'm very happy with it. Finished it this weekend. It will be premiering in Munich and London. If you are at those events, you'll be able to see it live with the crowd and the cast for the very first time with a Q&A. But if you can't make it out to our European events, you can see it on YouTube next month. And here is the final trailer for that. It'll be coming to YouTube right after this stream. I absolutely fell in love with the characters of Gavin and Nines and their whole dynamic. And I was like, could I make a fan film?
Away we go! Much like PBS, our stuff is not possible without viewers like you, but unlike PBS, our shit's lit.
Staring at the floor. Could you actually just look directly in my eyes? That'll make me feel a lot better.
Where's Maximilian?
He's on an adventure. That's what we should say whenever anything unplanned happens. It's just the easy
Oh, so awkward. Let's do that again.
Roof crickets can go fuck themselves.
We had an adventure. If someone else turns out to be an asshole on this, I'm fucking done.
Y'all helped get me out here from halfway across the world.
2 years later, we're doing this, and like, not only is there an audience, not only is there the best audience in the world, they have helped us get through some really hard times.
Being able to take this part of my past and overwrite it with something way better, that's what makes it worth it. All right, August 6th, Saturday, August 6th on YouTube. That is when Begin Again will be coming worldwide to everybody. We'll be definitely doing one of those live premieres with the chat on YouTube on Saturday, August 6th, probably premiering in the morning at like 10 a.m. or something like that Eastern. But more information on that will be August 1st, the next Octopunk Monthly update. That's when I will see some of you again, if I do not see you in a couple of weeks in person at our European event. So definitely check out the Eventbrite pages if you want to get tickets for either our Europe events. Definitely keep an eye out for that Indiegogo for the Detroit Reawakening Blu-Rays next Monday, July 11th, which will be running for 3 weeks if you'd like to jump on that. And like I said, August 1st, that's when we will see each other again. Thanks everybody for the hype train. Thanks everybody for the follows, the subs, the cheers, everything like that, and for sticking with me and viewing OPMU yet again. All right, everybody, have a great day, and as always, stay great, hydrate, and have a happy time zone.